58,000 Africans caught at the U.S. Mexico border. Where are they now? Imagine this for a second. You've risked everything, your home, your family, your life savings, because staying meant death and living gave you a slim chance at survival. You walk for months, cross rivers where people drown, and push through the deadly Darien Gap, a jungle that has swallowed thousands before you. You survive. You finally reach the U.S. Mexico border, exhausted but hopeful. But instead of freedom, instead of safety, instead of a fresh start, you're met with detention centers, barbed wire, and the crushing reality that no one is welcoming you. This is the unbelievable and heartbreaking reality for 58,000 African migrants who made the impossible journey to the U.S. Mexico border, only to be stuck, deported, or worse, forgotten. Most of these migrants came from Cameroon, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Eritrea, and other parts of Africa, fleeing war, oppression, and extreme poverty. But their journey to the U.S., it's a horror movie that no one should have to live through. The Darien Gap, the jungle of death, a lawless, brutal jungle between Colombia and Panama, where people disappear every day. It's filled with wild animals, dangerous cartels, and unpredictable weather. Some make it through. Others, they never get out. Crossing dangerous waters. Some take overcrowded boats packed with too many people, hoping they won't sink. Some do. Many don't survive. Walking through the desert. Imagine walking miles and miles in the scorching heat with no food, no water, just the hope that maybe, just maybe, the U.S. will finally give you a chance. And then, after all this suffering, they arrive at the U.S. Mexico border only to be turned away. Instead of finding refuge, many African migrants have been trapped in overcrowded camps, cramped, dirty shelters with barely enough food and water to survive. Sleeping on the ground, no beds, no blankets, just concrete floors. Waiting for months or even years, stuck in limbo, not knowing if they'll be deported or allowed to stay, facing discrimination and neglect. Many don't speak English or Spanish, making it nearly impossible to get legal help. And for Black migrants, the struggle is even worse. They are detained longer, given fewer resources, and are often ignored in favor of other asylum seekers. It's unfair. It's heartbreaking. So, where are they now? The truth? No one knows for sure. Some have been deported back to the same dangerous countries they fled from. Some are still trapped in Mexico, waiting, hoping, suffering, and the lucky few, they've made it through, but at a cost that can never be repaid. For every story of survival, there are countless tragedies we will never hear. Families separated, lives lost, dreams shattered. And the worst part? Most of the world doesn't even care. What can we do? This isn't just a news story. These are real people with real families, just like yours. We can't let their suffering go unseen. Speak up. The more people know about this, the harder it is to ignore it. Drop a comment. Should the U.S. be doing more? Should African leaders step up? Let's talk. Like and share. Help get this story in front of more people. Because this is more than just a crisis. It's a human tragedy unfolding in real time. The question is, who's going to do something about it?